Welcome to this episode of What's Up AV Growth. This podcast is part of the AV Growth Project, a central Baltic initiative supporting the audiovisual industry across Finland, Sweden, Estonia and Latvia. My name is Charlotte Gimfalk and I'm the Managing Director of the Swedish Screen Skills Council, Yrkesnämnden för film och TV. So in this project, we, Screen Skills Council, we are leading the development of a new platform that we call PruCall, and it's based on the upcoming tool Travi.sc. Travi stands for Training and Recruitment in the Audiovisual Industry. And this platform, it aims to support skills validation, crew visibility, and merit-based recruitment across borders. But what do production companies actually need from a platform like this? Well, today we're joined here by three industry voices to share their perspectives and help to shape the future of training and recruitment in the audiovisual industry as part of giving feedback to the platform as we are developing it. So let's begin with some quick introductions. Who are you? What kind of productions do you focus on? And how do you usually go about building your crew? David.
I can start, yeah. My name is David Singa and I'm the owner of the production company DNC Pictures. And I work behind the camera, but also in front of the camera. So I've been doing several projects, TV shows, feature film and commercial all around. And also some stage productions. And when it comes to recruit or work with the film crew, I have the similar approach as you have with the project that you're building. But always trying to find talented people that can also work together with experienced people. So we can build that bridge and connect people also. So something like that, yes. I have my own network, but also open to always meet new people.
Good. Thank you. And Katri.
Yeah, hi. My
Will
name.
you give us the Finnish perspective?
Yes. So my name is Katri Aksola. I'm a co-founder, founder and partner and head of development in a company called Helsinki Casting at Blockbusters Gang. So we right now are with two brands delivering people in front of the camera and also behind the camera. So casting and crew. So as a service company, we get customers coming to us and asking, can you help us with the crew members? And we have a database of 1,100 or more freelancers, and also our agency members around 30 or 40 people that we know better. And then obviously we don't know all the 1,100 freelancers, but we can do like a mini recruitment and yeah, that kind of do the work that otherwise the producers would have to do themselves or post in Facebook groups or something like that, which is kind of like okay, but a bit old-fashioned, I would say. Yeah.
Good.
Hey, I'm Tõnu from Estonia, California, feature film production company. And from the producer side, I see that our approach is we pick writer, director, author, and go with their vision. And then we teach feature film. Then from the director, the whole crew, creative team starts to develop. The sizes are different, but there is always this question that who are you going to dance with? And then occasionally you have to kind of venture out your own area, or let's say if it's a co-production, it's a question of the main question is that it's like you don't know the people and you will know them. It takes time, but I see that the benefit of this platform is there's an outside validation of some sort if you are a stranger and trying to understand the sector in a new area.
Yeah. I have a follow-up question on that. How big Estonia right now? How would you say How big is the film and TV industry, and where you live? How many people? Do you know how many people work in the industry?
No, actually, I don't. But I'd say that if I would have to put a number on it, I don't even want to maybe put the number on it. But Estonia is 1 million people, so it's in a way it's a small village that it's kind of hard to really be unnoticed in the industry. But for example, we have a eastern part, a region that's building right now. They have a film fund. They are building a studio, and they're also trying to build the infrastructure with crew people, skills that are living in this area. So there's a new workforce coming up, which are names that you don't know. They haven't been coming through the film school, but they are more trained from different fields. So this is again like you can always go there and try and test and try, or there's an outside validation that just simplifies it a little bit.
Do you have any film schools that you like bring out the next generation?
Yeah, but it's like the small country means that I know the students already now.
You already know them before they come out.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. So, what does it look like in Finland, Katri? Do you could you describe what is the state right now when it comes to film workers? I mean, do you have? We've had a recession for a while. Is it still going on? Because here in Sweden, it's kind of picking up again. Now we're talking. It's May 2025 now, so it's picking up this fall, I should say, just to date it.
Yeah, we noticed because we also have some requests from Sweden that you are actually like soon in trouble because you don't have enough people. Luckily, we still do, or luckily in a way that Finnish regression is still kind of going on. Like the bigger productions, like these massive productions that we had a couple of years ago, are not there yet, but there are more productions this year than it was last year. So definitely looking okay, and like we are approaching the like a half year point. It looks like my company is kind of on the like the minimum level target that we set up. So that's all right, like not bad, but I can't speak for the whole industry.
How many production companies do you help with recruitment and finding crew and cast?
Oh, well, I don't have exact number, but I think we have worked with all of the companies. There must be in the film and series side around like 20, 30, and then there are commercial production companies, same 30, something like that. So around 60 companies, I would say.
Somebody getting into the industry, how would you describe the general recruitment process?
The general, calling friends, posting to Facebook groups called TV-friikuille töitä, that is TV freelancers work. The problem with that is that it's not really a quality process what comes to recruitment, and sometimes if you're lucky then everything goes well and and no problem there, but there's also a possibility of just doing a false recruitment, or then the experience of the person seeking the job is not good because they're not getting any information if they are moving on with the process or not. So we are kind of voting for professional recruitment processes.
Yeah.
And if you work with us, that's what you're gonna get.
Good, thank you. David, we're from Sweden, both of us, and I've been appalled ever since Facebook started. We have private Facebook groups owned by private people who are on their free time are basically recruiting the entire film and TV industry. Would you agree? Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
So. What do you think would be? I mean, when we think about this, what are what are we lacking when we're recruiting that way? What are the risks? And obviously a risk, but what are the disadvantages?
No, but there's a big risk. The first thing that comes to mind is like the Facebook group is so big now. So if anybody else want to go into the same industry or trying to compete with them, it's going to be hard because they have like the monopoly of everything. And what I also can see is that that group, you have a lot of filmmakers that are in different levels. So you have the ones that have been working 10 plus years, and then you have the same people started yesterday. So the salary will be different also. So you can see the request when people put out their, like, we're looking for somebody and this and this and this, and this is the payment we can give. And then you can also see the discussions in the group where the talented people experience are like, no, that's too low. And the ones that began yesterday, they're like, no, but I will take it because I just want to have I just want to start with something to give like my resume and stuff like that. So that's like a big clash that I can see in the Facebook group that also is going to be a huge problem in the future, I think. It's already a problem. But then the other side is that you have a lot of people there. So if you're looking for somebody, you will definitely find somebody. But then if it's the right person for your project, I don't know.
When we talk about merit-based recruitment, I also want to comment, I want to let the listeners know that you have also been receiving interns from an official intern program that we started in Sweden, where you are staying with a production company for 1 year and you get student subsidies for 1 year. So there's no classroom-based education. And we were thinking also that this is part of also allowing broadening the recruitment system and allowing more people that don't know somebody from the beginning to get into the industry. And I know that that's also an initiative that you started quite a while ago, People of Film, where you were aiming to broaden and open up the industry for everyone to join.
Yeah, because there's a huge lack of diversity and representation. So when we've been talking with production company, they always said like, we don't know anybody, we don't have the time to find people. So we started a platform and we're like, yeah, here's everybody. So we have around, I think, 300 people, and the production companies that signed up was around 200 plus. So it became a good movement in the beginning when people were caring about the representation and diversity. But you know how things go. When it's trending in the beginning, everybody is on board, but then something else comes along and they're like, now we're going to focus on other stuff. So it's really sad, but yeah, we'll see what will happen in the future. And about the other stuff that you had, the internship, was a good thing because it was the time when I was working for Warner Brothers and I produced Maria Van, season 9. So I had one of your students with me. So she was with me for 1 year, and then we started with the shooting. She was with me all that time for 2 years, I think. More or less.
Fantastic. Now, when I hear about that, you mentioned that you started a platform also in order to diversify the industry, and that we have this fire soul, somebody that starts it, and then you also, as an administrator of the platform, you have to have a salary, and then who's going to pay for it? And then, of course, I've seen so many initiatives of industry registries die out. Somebody creates a web page, everyone signs up, and then all of a sudden that person don't have time or money to keep it up anymore. So now what we're thinking about this AV growth project, that the reason why I'm so excited to do this is because I'm really bringing it back to the film and TV producers, to the Swedish Film Institute, to the social partners and the regional film funds. And I'm thinking that maybe this project, there might be a regional film fund in Estonia. There might be a Finnish. Well, we have Film Tampere with us, and so if the industry itself take responsibility for holding up a workforce registry where film schools that participate, they give a certain amount of skills in, that are quality proven by the industry. Other industries have this, building industry, they have carpentry, gymnasiums that are qualified. Yeah, you become a certified, even hairdressers, you go to the schools, you learn how to do things right, you get a diploma from the industry, right? So if we take, as an industry, we take responsibility for creating a workforce registry where participating schools can give their students both the school diploma but also the industry standard, it would be good, because that's where you can find your assistants, and then later on, once they've had their first jobs, they start to get micro-credentials, and you validate people. Yeah, you would do. Yeah, I saw you did this. I saw you did this, and of course, we're hoping that this could be. It's a major shift in the industry to start to recruit merit-based, So my questions to you is, now this morning you saw me, you got a glance a little bit about what this platform would be. It's registering crew profiles, verifying skills through micro-credentials, and linking productions with qualified professionals. Out of these three things, people joining up, crew profiles, and then grabbing micro-credentials, and then also linking, companies coming in and posting jobs. Obviously, we have to have our Facebook group administrators coming in as well. But are there any functions that you think are vital when you look for someone? Of course, with in front of the camera, obviously there is what type of language do you speak, what type of this, that, height and so forth. But when you look behind the scenes for crew, you would think if somebody validated them, yeah, this person can stop traffic, for instance. They can do a location, secure a location. Well, how do I know that they can secure my location in my script, my upcoming production? Do you have any? One of our participants today said, well, if three people, three different productions, give reference and say, yeah, this person can do it. That's one thing that we could perhaps give more trust or validity to a certain reference. But what do you think? What features, when I was talking about this, do you think are the most beneficial? When you would search, what would you look for?
Can I start? Mm-hmm. Okay, so when we shot the TV series, it was during COVID. So there was lack of film crew because there was a lot of production going on at the same time in Sweden. It was insane. So like my top 5 people in every position was taken. And then I went to my top 10, top 20, nada. So I think when we're looking at the art department, I think we were looking around 200 people, like everywhere, until we find people on YouTube that done like a short movie or a 1-minute film, like that. So we didn't have any references. We didn't know anything about that person. So it was like, okay, we need somebody that can start now. We done the background check, asking questions, but people will always give the right question if they want the job. So for us, it was like 50-50. Sometimes you found good people, hardworking, and the other half you found people that doesn't know anything about filmmaking, doesn't know anything about movie sets. So it became more of a problem than a solution. So now when you're looking for people, like you said, if you have 3 companies that give their thumbs up, mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, that's a good start. That will tell a lot about the people, about the person. But when you're looking for somebody, you're looking for somebody that understands filmmaking or how to work on set, understand some functions, and also how to behave, if I say like that. Mm. But normally you want somebody that doesn't necessarily need to be hardworking, but just understand the work ethic.
Mm. Good. Katri, what's your biggest day-to-day headaches when it comes to recruitment, planning, or even finding the right people?
No, we can pretty much find anyone. It's well, at least in Finland, production companies are not very used to buying services. So, like from our perspective, producers kind of want to do everything by themselves, which is like I understand it, but yeah, we are definitely there if they wanna release some time to do some other stuff. So yeah, what was your question again?
Oh, your day-to-day headaches.
Yeah.
You know, what goes wrong when you do? Because basically, we're just like David was saying. Sometimes you just have to quickly find someone, and you know, we've all read the tabloids. Worst case on Rust. You know, you bring someone in that don't really know or have the skills to do a certain thing, and of course, really bad things can happen. So I think it's really important that when we build this system, that if somebody is referring you, validating you, you have to see who that person is, so you can also call them on the side. But are you the biggest headaches right now? Do you have anything that you think a platform like this could solve?
Platform like this could solve, you know, like a lot of things if everyone would be there, and if they're, you know, if it was alive in a way that everybody would use it. And you know, now hearing David that you have built something like that, and we are also all in the AV Growth program. We should like plan like how to integrate business with it, because like we are definitely open to think about that.
Good. Now, I think when I'm out in Europe, I was invited to the EU Commission to talk about how we do with micro-credentials and how we help freelancers to kind of like make their skills visible, because otherwise as a freelancer, you're so much by yourself, having to be this extroverted person looking for work. But if a workforce registry could actually help, you know, people that are not really into networking that much, be visible and have merit-based recruitment. And then you could also measure how many people, you can make visualize not just a person's skills, but also you can visualize a nation's or a region's skills. And I'm thinking, is that something, for instance, when you as a production service company, you try to attract international productions, would it help out to be able to show, yeah, we have this many people here, we have these team positions here, you know, we have this type of infrastructure here, and also what type of, not just people, what type of companies would you like to show off to international productions when you go out? Tonio, what do you say?
Yeah, would. I want to maybe highlight, like, when I was listening to you, then two things came to my mind. That so we like to call ourselves indie production company. So half of the feature films we've done with private equity, and so it's we have teams with each movie that vary in sizes. And oftentimes we also look people with character. So there's the captain of the ship, the writer, director needs to kind of have a working understanding with the people. As a producer, sometimes I see that you know, I love to have a story that's universal, and I agree with David that the diversity is something that sometimes you a little bit have to cater it, but if you let the captain choose, then it's quite into the one area or into the one generation, or you know. So I see that, and on the other hand, the second thing is that in our productions, I could say it, in every project there is like, 3 superstars that you didn't maybe have that experience before. And sometimes this can be, in my experience, this can be like the first feature film for that person. So there isn't a place where I can write, he did a really good job, but whoever asks me about it, I will be glowing all over it. So, and this is like, it just came to my mind that there's a couple of location managers that I don't think most people know them, but I've had so good experience. I'm gonna go back to them, and that's where I see that there's a benefit of it. Having a database like that, so you can look for different options, and you can see the outside validation, and you kind of saves the time to, it's a small country, but or I guess not all the producers are all the time talking with each other, so you also go ask for advice from the closest ones, and so in a way it's always this your own hemisphere or in your own bubble. So I see the benefit is that if you're coming outside the bubble, it helps you to understand the scene, and also it helps you to step outside the bubble yourself a little bit sometimes to look for interesting options.
And also international recruitments, like a lot of Finnish people go to Swedish productions and Estonian productions.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had too many international co-productions, so that's why I was going away with this from this question. But definitely, if I am looking at now producers that are like us in other countries, and you're looking for this, I have to start just talking and speaking with people, but it would really help to save time. That there is another place somehow where you can make some decisions.
And this place should be commonly owned. So it has a long life, and so that you can really start to profile our industry as a whole. And I think that wouldn't it be fantastic if we have this platform where you can say, okay, I'm open for work, and I really want to work with a Finnish production next, or Estonia. You can start to pick your team, and also depending on the regional finance that you find, you really start picking them, and it's open for everyone. It's a place where individuals that are studying can drop into. We always have new people coming, and there's a place where mentors can meet new students and validate them in a natural way, not just an informal mentorship, but like you were saying, that I really want to give you 2 thumbs up officially, formally, validate you, and that you can that's lifelong career. And if you ever leave our industry, which we don't hope, then you have all your credits with you, because we have so many people with so many skills that we can use to both bring people from other sectors in. I mean, we need accountants, we need all kinds of things, and also when people leave, that we can give formal recognition what we've done, and that and then finally, it would be fantastic to show everyone, and also parents for future generations, show that you can have a lifelong career if you send your kids into work in the film and TV industry. And a place where you can request, look, I learned something new at work today. This could be a micro-credential. You put it out, and then other people can sign up to it, and then you can help each other to grow, and we can become a kick-ass industry with a super skilled workforce. So that's what we're hoping, and with this, and I look forward to getting you guys' feedback in how we're going to build this platform so that it feels intuitive. I think first and foremost for the employer, because if the employer doesn't find it easy and quick and easy and affordable to find a crew here, the film workers won't bother to register. So that's why I really wanted to talk to you guys. And then within this project, we might also branch out and at the end see if we can get the gaming industry to come in and also profile professions that could be done in this full motion live gaming productions, which is obviously a whole new work arena for film and TV crews. So we'll continue. We'll start this fall to develop this platform. Thank you so much for your listening. And we hope by the time you hear this podcast, the platform is already up and running and used in all 4 countries. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.